So I've come away for the first time with my motorhome. There's my motorhome. There's a few motorhomes here. This is Northumbria District Camping and Caravanning Club group. So I've been away with these before. About 3 years ago, brought my little caravan. Now I've got my motorhome. It makes it a lot easier for me to just travel on my own whenever I want to. Don't have to have someone with me. So there's probably about, I don't know, 25 caravans and motorhomes here right now. It's the weekend after the Easter break, so last weekend there was, I think, a lot more. This is the River Tyne. And this is at Tynedale Rugby Club. So, and also Cricket Club. That's the cricket club there. So yeah, this is the first time I've been out with my motorhome. I've had a few little drives out. So I've driven out and had chips and stuff in it, and like little picnics during the day. I've only had it 2 weeks, but this is the first time that I'll have slept in it, so we'll see how this goes. It should be good. So this is obviously the River Tyne, and then just over there is a bridge that goes over the River Tyne, and then over there is Corbridge. Keep on walking. I've just got into Corbridge. Just getting into Corbridge town centre. It's gorgeous. Let's look at the architecture here. So I went into Grant's Bakery and Patisserie, and look what I got. I've got a bacon, brie and cranberry baguette, and then to follow up, look at that croissant, some sort of parcel croissant thing. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. Grant's Bakery, award-winning Corbridge Grant's Bakery. Nice, can't wait for that to go with me milk shake that comes from PP Farm. What on earth am I watching? Look at all these people at this rugby club. So the rugby match has finished, and now we're watching a cow, and they keep chanting for it to have a crap. The commentator is obsessed with this cow having a crap. The things you can do when you go camping with your motorhome, absolutely phenomenal.
Remember to enjoy yourselves. Next to the bar, you get a fight. You can be here alongside. And go and enjoy yourselves out there. Not the sun.
Well, I've worked out what's happening with the cow. So the cow basically has to have a poo on the pitch, and people have put bets on what part of the pitch the cow will poo. So presumably they'll win money if it poos in their area. The things you can get up to when you go on a camping and caravan rally in Northumberland. So, at the end of a day, we're first of all started off at work. Did Saturday shift, so that's until 2 o'clock, and then I drove to Corbridge, Tyndale Rugby Football Club, because there is a rally here for a camping and caravanning club. If ever you get a chance, if you've got a caravan or a motorhome or even a tent, it's absolutely brilliant, because normally their sites are between 30 and 60 quid or something. But if you come to one of these, you don't have any facilities, unfortunately. You have water. You can get water, and you can get and you can empty your water and waste. Other than that, you have no facilities, so you have to use your own batteries. So you have to be kind of self-contained. The rugby club itself has a toilet, and there's a little cafe there. When it's open, you can obviously use those facilities, but it's not open all the time. Fortunately today it is open because there's been a big match. I don't know who they've been playing. I've got a feeling it must be some sort of Scottish team, because there's lots of people with Scotland written on their top, so it must be a Scottish team. So anyway, yeah, went into Corbridge. Beautiful little village or town. Really like that town. So went there, then came back, watched a bit of YouTube, had a little snooze, shattered. Then I went and watched a cow roaming around the rugby pitch, which they're all goading it on to have a poo. It didn't do it whilst I was there. In fact, I'm looking out the window now and still walking around the pitch. There's hardly anybody there now. There's crowds there before. The commentator's still going. It's obviously not had dropped its load yet. Bit of a weird thing. I had to guess where it was going to poo on the pitch. Presumably they put money in and someone needs to win, so it's still going, even though there's no spectators. I think these camping and caravanning club rallies are brilliant. It's cost me 15 quid for the night, which is bugger all. If you went to a site, if you went to a camping caravanning site, for instance, I think they're between sort of 30 and maybe 60 quid or something like that, depending on when you go. This is 15 quid a night. You don't have any facilities, so you're wild camping, kind of. You can have fresh water, and you can empty your water, and you can empty your toilet waste, but that's all you've got. Sometimes I have little events going on. I don't think there's any events this weekend. I think there was events last weekend because it was Easter, and this has been here all week. So it's been here since last Easter weekend, which was pretty bad because the storm Dave came over, and I think a few people were quite weather battered. But I've only come for the night. Unfortunately, I've had to work this week, so I haven't been able to do it. But I think I'm going to do this a little bit more regular. Just come away for 15 quid a night. Sometimes it's less. Sometimes it can be 10 quid a night. Just depends on where it is. There's probably 20, 25 caravans and motorhomes. Barely saw anybody. I have been to one of these before. Came with my little, I had a little caravan, or still got a little caravan. I brought that once to here, and there was a big marquee, and it was like a multiple district one. So it was like Durham district, Northumberland district. Might have been just them two districts. So there was a lot. I think there was about 80 vans on site. This one was considerably less, but it's just Northumberland county district. So yeah, I'd recommend anybody come to these if they want a cheap weekend away, and maybe you get to meet people as well. I've not made the effort this weekend. I did the last time I came, but that was about 3 years ago. So I know some of the faces when they walk past, but they probably wouldn't recognise me because I'm in my Clark Kent mode. I've got a bit of a beard now. I never used to have a beard, so they probably wouldn't recognise me. They'd probably just recognise my accent because obviously I'm a Brummie in the northeast, so I'll probably stand out a little bit. So yeah, I'd urge anybody to do this, and if you can come to this one, which is held quite regular, I think, at Tyndale Rugby Club. The setting is brilliant. It's a beautiful little town. It's not far to walk. It's about half a mile. But the site itself, the rugby pitch, the rugby club itself is just. It's got like hills on either side of it. It's just really nice. It's in like a little bit of a valley. There's lovely walks all around here. It'd be great if you had a bike. I haven't got a bike on the back of my motorhome, but something I need to sort out. Anyway, I'm going to sort out my bed in a bit. There's a bit of a mess. Oh yeah, I got these beers. So I bought these beers, and so I bought this one. This one's called Anvil, and then here we have Sycamore Gap, and that one there is called Granger Ale. So the reason why I got these particular ones is Granger for Granger Ale is Granger Ale. Well, Granger is the centre of Newcastle, which is obviously where I live, Newcastle upon Tyne. And you've got Granger Market and all that sort of stuff. So it's like the centre of town for me. Anvil is the name of a pub that I used to drink in my hometown of Sutton Coldfield. That used to be where I used to go in my very early 20s. Loved that place. And the other one was Sycamore Gap, and everybody's heard of Sycamore Gap, I think. The place where the tree got cut down up to 3 years ago. Been there quite a few times. It's not far from here as well. It's beautiful, even now that the tree isn't there. It's still beautiful. It's a beautiful area. It's right on Hadrian's Wall, so you can see part of the wall. So there's a lot of history there. It's a fantastic place, and that's why I got those 3 beers, because they all mean something to me. Anyway, I'm going to set up my bed in a bit. I'm not sleeping up there. I think that's going to be my 12-year-old wants to sleep up there when she comes out with me. She's not here this weekend. She was meant to, but she decided she wanted to stop at a friend's. I'm going to make up the double bed there. Interesting thing about this motorhome, it's a 4-berth, so that is actually quite a large area. It's like a double bed up there. Then this turns into a double bed, and then I have this here. This is a little bench where I've just been sitting, bench seat, and it's too short to sleep on just on itself. However, if you swivel that seat round, you can literally lie there. So as a temporary 5-seater, a 5-berth. So how cool is that? So I've been watching YouTube on my tablet. I've been listening to music. Bought this the other day. A little radio, it's Bluetooth and DAB and everything, so pretty good. Anyway, got things to do. I'll get things sorted, make that bed up. So I'll speak to you later. Ta-ra a bit. Right, so I've almost set up the bed. God, it's a mission, and I even got out the handbook and had a look to see how you do it, but even after looking at the handbook, it doesn't make sense. So anyway, I've done it in my own way, and I think this is the way it's going to be. So that looks all right. So 2 scatter cushions there, which just go in. Took the back cushion off the back of that, put it down there, and yeah. But what it told you in the instructions was it told you to use this long one over there, one of those scatter cushions, and then the filler cushions, which I've got up in the upper bunk, just lying there, they're supposed to go here somewhere, and they don't fit. They're too small. So I don't know if anybody else has ever had this issue, but it just doesn't make sense. So anyway, that's my double bed, which is canny size. Oh. It's difficult to walk down the centre, must admit. Oh. So that's what it looks like. I'm going to put a sheet on there in a minute, so it'll look a little bit more nicer. So I'll show you that in a minute. Well, second part of my first camp out in my new motorhome. So I had a lovely night's sleep. Bed was actually really comfortable. It was raining through the night, and the sound of the pitter patter on the roof and on the walls. Oh, I love that. It's so nice, whether you're in a motorhome, caravan, tent, whatever. It's just lovely. You don't get the same feel when you're in your house. When it's raining, you just look out the window and think, oh God, it's raining. When you're in your motorhome and it's in the middle of the night, it's just lovely. It's so relaxing. You could just fall asleep. So that happened. Sun's shining now. Looks beautiful outside. It was a beautiful day yesterday as well. It's a bit chilly, and my gas run out. So 6:30, 7 o'clock, I woke up and thought, oh, it's a little bit cold. I'll turn the heating on just to take the edge off. No gas. I thought, oh, great. So I thought I'd go out and swap the gas pipes over onto the other gas bottle that I've got. And for some reason, the bolt's seized. And unfortunately, because it's too early, I can't get my rubber mallet out and give it a good whack to free it off, because there's too many other campers around. So I'll have to leave that. I've opened the skylight, so hopefully that'll warm the inside of the vehicle up. Yeah, skylight's open. Look at that blue sky, gorgeous. Got my Jackery there, powering me, charging up my phone, charging up my watch. I would recommend that if you go wild camping, that you that you've got something like a jackery, or you've got some source of electricity. Obviously the vehicle's got its own 12-volt battery, the leisure battery, so I can charge up certain things, but some things you want to plug. And if you've got a jackery, you can use it for your plug. Mine's only a small jackery, so there's certain things I can't do. You know, I can't have a coffee machine or an air fryer with that. It's not powerful enough. But for other things, it's absolutely spot on. There you go. That's my morning bed hair. At least I've got some. Yeah, so let's see what today brings. Well, I'm going to have a little walk into Corbridge. There's the camp just behind. A few less motorhomes this morning. Around. The River Tyne is quite full today. So there was quite a bit of rain last night, as mentioned just before. Sorry about the wind, it is very windy today. There's loads of kids learning to play rugby over there. There's more coaches from Scotland again. I mean, I don't know why they'd come here from Scotland. It's a bit of a long trek just to do a bit of training for the kids, but maybe they've got good facilities. A few of the caravans and motorhomes have left already. People started back up. Now this is one thing that I've noticed that's completely different in a motorhome to a caravan. So I've had caravans for years, always wanted a motorhome. The major thing is setting up and putting it away. It's a pain in the absolute proverbial. So it takes me absolutely ages to put everything down and get the vehicle ready to go. Motorhome, literally, just make sure nothing's loose and you're off. What a difference. So look at the difference between those three. It's mad. It's quite a nice walk down there. That is so beautiful. That house with a beautiful garden on the edge of the town. Stately home up there. So I'm back to the old church, and I wanted to have a look, see what this tower was all about. So here you go. What it says is this tower, the finest of its kind, was built about 1300 AD. It was erected as a fortified vicarage until the early 17th century. A little bit more history. Corbridge. The scene of stormy events in the past. In 796, Ethelred, King of Northumbria, was slain here. In 918, King Reginald the Dane defeated the English and the Scots armies here. In 1138, King David I of Scotland conquered the town. In 1201, it was searched by King John. It was 3 times burned by Wallace in 46 by Robert the Bruce in 1312, and then 1346 by David II of Scotland. The present bridge was built in 1674, and only Tyne Bridge survived the floods of 1771. Certainly a pretty village. It's now a bar. They're on Market Cross. Some sort of book place. Come to Corbridge, it's lush. Now this is an interesting place. This was the old train station for Corbridge, but it's now an Indian restaurant. I think the train does still stop here, but it's just interesting the way the front of it is. Into a restaurant. So there you go, there's the old train station. How cool is that? A little bit about Hadrian's Wall. Quite similar to the bridge in the Harry Potter film. Oh, so I'm heading back home now. Just not far out of Hexham, probably about 2-3 miles. There's like a garden centre type thing. It's a bit of a farm garden centre, so at certain times of the year you can pick your own fruit, so you come here for strawberry picking or gooseberry picking or that sort of thing. At the moment the tulips are out, so there's lots of tulips. Let's go to the front of the van, you can probably see. So a bit of a tulip field there. I don't know if you can pick your own. I don't know what the drill is, but you've got lots of things over there. And then you've got a huge farm shop. I used to come here years ago, and it was just literally just a little barn. It's grown massively now. And they've got other bits there. They've got restaurants in there. Little farmers markets come in, sell their wares. So it's so I went in and fancied a bite to eat, so I got myself a pie, an individual steak and Stilton pie. And look at that. The reason why they've got that is they've got that actual tractor hanging up in there. So let me show you what I've got in here. Let's just put that there. look at that. Look at that. Look at the size of that. That's my finger. That's how big it is. It's massive. How gorgeous is that? And this steak pie is, look at that. Oh, look at that. Looks beautiful, doesn't it? The only thing is, I've got no gas, so we can't cook it, we can't heat it. So I might have to have it cold. Let me have a little bite. Let me have a little bite of this bad boy. Oh my god. That is beautiful. And you don't need it cooked or heated. And I got me milkshake, banana, and I'm gonna have this bit of scran. I probably won't eat the cake yet. I'll eat this and then drive home. Try a bit.